wanted here in Ferguson. Our community is united behind us. Our community is fed up. We want to heal. Our community want to heal. We want people to peacefully protest, but we damn sure ain't gonna allow you to destroy this city, and we ain't gonna allow you to hurt none of these police officers.
The Ferguson police chief responds after overnight protests turned violent. Thank you for joining us. I'm Melanie Johnson. Protesters returned to Ferguson 10 years after the police killing of Michael Brown. Here's what we know about what happened so far. Ferguson Police Chief Troy Doyle says 3 of his officers were injured in the confrontation with protesters. One officer has a serious head injury. The chief says he's fighting for his life tonight. Multiple protesters were arrested. One suspect currently is facing charges for assault, property damage, and other charges. Others are also facing charges tonight. First Alert 4's Kimberly Donahue was at this afternoon's press conference. She joins us live from Ferguson Police Department with the latest. Kimberly.
Melanie, right now at the Ferguson Police Department, things are quiet. Police say the fence behind me was damaged late last night, but has since been repaired. Ferguson Police Chief Troy Doyle says there was a group of people demonstrating across the street from the police department on the 10-year anniversary of Michael Brown's death, saying it was peaceful for most of the night. The video you're seeing right now we took earlier last night. Doyle says some protesters violently shook the fence around the police department at several points throughout the night and damaged the bottom portion of the fence. Doyle says he then sent out an arrest team for destruction of property. Chief Doyle says before midnight, one of his officers, Travis Brown, went to issue an arrest on a person suspected of breaking and stealing a portion of the fence. The chief says as the officer approached the suspect, the officer was charged violently with the suspect's shoulder, which knocked the officer down and caused him to suffer a head injury. The chief says Officer Travis Brown has been a member of the department since January 2nd and was previously an officer with St. Louis County Police. He says one officer had an ankle injury and another had cuts. Doyle getting emotional talking about his officers and the changes that have happened in the department over the last 10 years.
This police department, this Ferguson Police Department, since 2014, has been a punching bag for this community. The police department back in 2014, we don't even have them officers here anymore. So what are you protesting? These officers not even here no more. Everything that the activist community has advocated for, as far as body-worn cameras, implicit bias training, crisis intervention training, all this stuff, we have done all of this. What are we protesting? What is it?
A number of protesters who say they were at the demonstration last night also attended this afternoon's news conference. One woman says there was not much time between when people were shaking the fence and arrests were made.
Police felt it necessary to rush the protest, which up until then they're claiming had been peaceful, to rush the protest without following any of the rules that are put in place to protect the people who are already out there, right? They are supposed to notify us that it's an unlawful assembly to give the rest of the people a chance to leave, which they did not do.
Doyle says as for tonight, if there are protests planned, he welcomes peaceful demonstrations and won't permit destruction of the city, saying there will be additional law enforcement agencies standing by. Live in Ferguson, Kimberly Donahue, First Alert 4.
Kimberly, thank you. We'll see you tonight at 10 o'clock. The protesters who were arrested were taken to the St. Louis County Justice Center in Clayton. We found a few people this afternoon offering assistance to those arrested when they are released. 5 people have been charged so far in connection with the protests.